Friends of Noise.
Friends of Noise.
Friends of Noise.
Friends of Noise.
Friends of Noise supports the healthy development of the youth of our community via musical and poetic self-expression, and by giving them the means of production to create their own all-ages music ecosystem. From monthly open mic concerts that travel to different neighborhoods to meet youth where they live, to paying stipends to teen sound engineers and musicians, we are using innovation and nimbleness to keep up with the needs of the youth we serve.
The youth and young adults that we serve come from a broad spectrum of identities with a strong focus on youth that are BIPOC, women, and members of our LGBTQ+ community. The youth we serve self-identify as musicians and poets, as well as tech types that enjoy producing youth-centered events. Diversity is not a task or a feature of our programming, but a core pillar of how we hope to transform our music's ecosystem.
I have rarely seen a good venue have local girl bands and where girls specifically feel safe, like where misogyny affected people feel like they can be there without just, it's hard to explain, but without just being scared of what could happen. And I think that there would be such a huge change in so many young girls' lives who are into music if they had this safe space where them and other girls, or not even just girls, just people who are not, who do not necessarily fit the white man with a white boy type of music scene.
We are consistently trying to empower youth to expand their boundaries by embracing allyship and organizing in intersectional ways.
I got the opportunity to do some sound engineering a little while back, and I got a little bit more involved with the music scene, even just as an audience member. And boy, are there a lot of white guys heading the music scene, especially in the genres that I enjoy. The first thing I would like to see is, more POC and female representation, especially in punk rock music. And I feel like a lot of local bands do not highlight the intersectionality that actually occurs in Portland's music scene overall. The people that are highlighted are, they don't represent what the community actually looks like.
We are creating pathways for young people that have been passively and actively excluded from the economic impact of their talent and time by a music culture dominated by heteronormative cis men.
One of the challenges that we face is achieving sustainable growth during such uncertain times. Our strategy has been to create a series of interconnected tracks that create a tapestry of opportunity for youth. Workshops lead to performances, performances lead to paid gigs.
Friends of Noise allows not only for the artists to be on stage, but to also do the behind the scenes work, get the show together, do PA, all of that type of work. So you can really be in the Friends of Noise shows in many different aspects.
Friends of Noise has had a huge impact on my career. Not only have I been able to play all ages shows, which are so hard to find these days, I've also been able to do a lot of work with Andre. He's been reaching out to me, helping me learn a lot about radio and getting a segment on X-Ray FM where I get a DJ music. Been doing live interviews with Friends of Noise of artists, having them come in and do live studio recordings, everything, yeah.
Our greatest opportunity is the goal of opening a venue to provide consistent, safe space for youth and the community as a whole to gather, as well as a place for us to nurture our partnerships with other local organizations. This space would be a much needed third space where teens will have a direct hand in what the space evolves into. We need a space not only to hold our all ages concerts, but also to be a classroom for our workshops, a storage space for our growing library of gear, and mostly a space where local teens can fully be themselves and enjoy the full agency of their best lives.
Being able to see shows in person would be so important for young people. I know that I personally have not been able to go to shows at all because of the venue being 21 and up, and also just had weird experiences at places that they'll cut off sections of the venue and have half of it 21 and over and half of it all ages.
Other youth center music organizations are focusing on programming around music instruction and songwriting lessons, but Friends of Noise focuses on professional development in the music industry, collaborative community building, and inclusive performance opportunities. And I almost forgot economic development. We are always on the lookout for how we can pay teens for their time, labor, and creativity. We see ourselves as yet another rung on the ladder to self-actualization. Whether it's paying graphic artists for our posters, musicians and poets for their performances, or paying sound engineers to run sound at our shows, we stand firmly in the idea that fair compensation is the way to go and a great incentive for continued participation.
Before I was 21, Friends of Noise was the only program giving me any paid performance opportunities that gave me an insight to the hip-hop community.
Our greatest hope moving forward is that our arts programming is a catalyst for community building across racial, gender, and class lines. We imagine a future where the youth of today grow to become caring, compassionate, and confident adults that see more value in collaboration than competition, where their shared ownership of an all-ages music scene compels them to protect it from those that would harm it, and to nurture it so that it continues to grow and in turn nurture the youth that follow.